Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to church, to the lair. Thank you for coming. Thank you for showing. Thank you for being here. I know. I know what you're thinking right now because I'm thinking the same. 313 was garbage. I didn't like it. I don't think anybody liked it. They couldn't even sell the pay-per-view because ESPN Plus or whatever Fight Pass shit shut down. Stopped selling the pay-per-view. A lot of people were angry. I don't blame them. Apparently they offered a free restream of the event in the morning, but that doesn't help when you're trying to watch it that night. People had parties set up. They were watching it with the boys or people, and they couldn't do it because of ESPN. And I know TKO will not be happy if this shit continues. So don't be surprised if you see a change to a lot of that. Also, I want to give a shout out to Josh Van for stuffing the Cormier Cuddle Club. That dude tried to sit on him and wrestle him that whole fight. And if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Kept shooting non-stop. I thought for sure the other guy was going to win. They were just going to give it to him for the takedowns alone. But they didn't. Thank God. And Josh Van got that victory, which he deserved, rightfully so. So, and we lost the Gaethje fight, and that thing, they replaced it with the last minute, which I thought might have been a harder fight for Gaethje. I was still wondering if Gaethje was worried about getting knocked out and would be timid or more timid. He seemed to do okay, though. He didn't really pressure it, but I don't blame him coming off a knockout like that to Holloway. Yeah, I don't blame him for doing exactly what he did. But that moves us up to 35 for 48. 73% still. We're still at 73%. And this is what I meant when I said the higher and longer we play this game, the harder it is going to be to move the meter in the direction of good or bad. You almost need to call perfect cards, which is what we are aiming for, but it's very difficult in the fight game because you never know what's going to happen, what can happen, what will happen. And it's a prime example when we're approaching half of 100 fights, right? So we have predicted around 50 fights, which is a lot of fights, and it gets harder for that proverbial needle to move. And it's just going to be like that unless we can figure out a new system to do this percentage and this like betting in. If you have any ideas, please feel free to shoot me an email, AgentsOfCalamity@gmail.com, or comment below, subscribe, all that if you're not, and let's see what you can come up with. Let's see if that's cool or not. But yeah, like I said, 73%. We didn't move nowhere. Maybe after this card, because this card coming up looks pretty freaking good. So let's pray to the blood gods that nothing comes along and fucks this up for us. But instead of wasting your time, which I am very, very good at, as you know, let's get right onto it. And I'll give you my picks for this fight, this card, and we can get the heck out of church, alright? UFC 314 Volkanovski versus Lopez is an upcoming mixed martial arts event produced by Ultimate Fighting Championship that is scheduled to take place on April 12th, 2025 at the Casilla Center in Miami, Florida, United States. Once again, that's April 12th. And it's coming out of Florida. So, No weird time zones. None of that crap. And it's East Coast, so hell yeah, East Coast baby. Big love from the East Coast, baby. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, this card is so nice. We're gonna go with the top 5 as we always do. Okay. Sometimes these fights will get shifted to prelims. Sometimes they'll stay in the appointed positions. That's not for me to decide. I'm just here to place the bet on who I think is going to win and see if I'm right or not. Now, this first one, Nikita Krylov, 39-0. Not 39-0, but 30 wins, 9 losses, and 0 no contests. Versus Dominic Reyes, 14 wins, 4 losses. Now, this is a very... I think Reyes won his last fight. Okay, I'm not sure. But he looked really good. And he always, looks good, then goes down. Looks worse, the next time. Or vice versa with that. But there's always that chance that Dominic Reyes will show up. You know who I'm talking about? The one that literally beat the shit out of John Jones and should have won that before he was robbed. Let's just hope that Reyes shows up again. Wouldn't that be awesome? And we get the world beater, the Jones beater, and he gets a legitimate run. You know what I mean? Because he's still young in the fight game, at least on this level, going by these stats. So he has plenty of time left. I'm going to go with Dominic Reyes for the victory. Probably by stoppage in the earlier 1 or 2 rounds. Next up, we have welterweight Jeff Neal. 16 wins, 6 losses. Versus Carlos Pratas. 21 wins, 6 losses. This is going to be a real interesting fight. Jeff Neal is also one of those fickle fighters like Reyes. You don't know what Jeff Neal you're going to get when he shows up. I've seen him. They already did all the pressers and the conferences and shit like that. So, I mean, they both look pretty good, but we're still about a month out of that. So who knows what could change. But I'm not going to be a fool this time. I've been betting, if you remember, for some reason I went against Pratas the last 2 times. And don't get me wrong, I like Jeff Neal, but I'm not going to be dumb. Now, watch me look even stupider by, picking against Neal, but I'm going to go with Carlos Pratas for the win. That guy's just been on a tear lately. I think it's undeniable the amount of skill and technique that he has evolved with every fight, and it's very impressive. And I can't wait to see him continue. I think he's a really good chance for be a belt holder in the future. Next we have Yair Rodriguez, 16 wins, 5 losses, 1 no contest, versus Patricio Pitbull, 26 wins, 4 losses. Now Patricio is the guy they brought over from that other league. I know I think he's been trying to get in the UFC, or he hasn't been, but he's been holding belts in other leagues and promotions. It's one of those. But now he is in the UFC, which is the top of the top of the food chain, the best promotion there is. I can't say that I've honestly watched Patricio fight a full match. I have seen some of his highlights, but I have seen Yair Rodriguez fight, and I have been known to bet against him as well. Not going to make this mistake again. Now this could be a total MMA capital offense, MMA math not working in my favor, and if so, that's on me. But I'm gonna take Yair Rodriguez for this one. All right. Maybe Patricio's that dog, that pit bull. Maybe he is that nasty, but until I see it, when I sit down and watch a whole, match and see what he does and what he can't do, I won't know. So this has to happen. And we have this is a nice one, Michael Chandler, 23-9-0, This is a lightweight. 23-9-0. Michael Chandler versus Patty the Batty Pimblett. 22-3-0. I don't. There's been a lot of shit flying around about Chandler being a dirty fighter, being bad, being two-faced, not acting the same way. In the ring or on the camera and off the camera, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I honestly don't even think I care. But Chandler is about due for a win. And I know Patty is like way back there. Train of truth. Alright? I just don't think Patty is quite ready for these top dogs. I know Chandler isn't necessarily a top dog, but that dude looks like a jackhammer when he's ready to get hit. And I don't remember seeing Patty eat punches like that are going to be coming at him the way Michael Chandler is going to be throwing at him, especially with the power. Because Chandler lets it go, and he's trying to kill you right there in the ring. It's always fun watching him fight. I don't care if he's spitting blood in your eyes or grabbing the roof of your mouth or your mouth guard. That's your problem. You wanted to step in the cage and fight him. You figure it out. But yeah, I'm going to take Chandler. I know this is like a crazy little guess here, but I just think he's about due for a win. And I know I said that same kind of phrase on the last picks because of King Green, Bobby Green, and Mauricio Ruffy. But goddamn, did you see that spinning freaking kick by Ruffy? Fucking flatline King Green. That was like perfect too. Technique, everything was perfect. That whole camp, that team is very impressive. And we're going to be hearing a lot more about them and from them in the future, I'm sure. And, but yeah, this is another bet that, it could go, it's wet spaghetti, bro. It's wet spaghetti. That noodle could stick or it could slide. I don't know. But we'll take Chandler. And for the final fight, for the vacated belt, remember, Topuria left. He's going up in weight. So now there's the vacant title. Alexander Volkanovski, 26-4-0 versus Diego Lopez, 26-6-0. That's the main event for the belt, and that's featherweight, as you know. I don't know if Volk is ready yet. I think he came back and fought way too soon after that first knockout. I think that's the only reason Ilia got it. Even though I know Ilia is powerful and all that, I don't think he is starch fucking Volkanovski powerful like he did. I think Volkanovski was still dealing with the ramifications of Islam kicking him in the fucking head into the goddamn astral belt. You know what I mean? Into outer fucking space. And I think he came back way too early. His fucking brain was all mushy mush. And still, and when you train your brain like that and your body, like once you start getting on that, you start getting chinny. And it starts getting easier and easier to be knocked out. So he's got to make sure that he doesn't rush all these. Because it just could be lead to a series of him getting fucking flatlined every time he fights. But yeah, let's go over that real quick one more time. Diego, and I'm taking Volk. Diego is a nasty fighter. I like him. I like all that shit about him. He's had an incredible fast climb. Good for him. But I'm not sure if he's ready to compete with like some of these heavy hitters. I haven't seen him get his face squished either, and him be able to walk it off like perfectly fine. So we'll see. I just think he's a little too soon for Lopez, and he's a bit outclassed and outmatched. But yeah, we're gonna go with Volk. So let's flash this over real quick. We'll take Volkanovski over Lopez. We'll take Chandler over Patty Pimblett. We'll take Yair Rodriguez over Patricio Pitbull. We'll take Carlos Pratas over Jeff Neal. And last but not least, we will take Dominic Reyes over Nikita Krylov. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Get a real name like John or Steve or something. Or a real cool name like, I don't know, Blackbeard or like Optimus Prime would be a pretty cool name. Or like Robot Killer. Robot Killer 3K. That'd be a cool name. But there you have it. Alright. That's who I want to win. Who do you want to win? Comment below. Comment your picks below. Comment your thoughts below. Please make sure you're subscribed down there. Down there on the end of the... Click that little subscribe button. That'd be really nice of you. On this channel, I do these reviews. I also post the podcast. If you haven't watched that, check that out. That can get pretty wacky sometimes. Sometimes it makes no sense whatsoever. Some of them are interesting, some of them aren't. But yeah, so I hope you guys tune in on April 12th and check this card out. Please leave, like I said, please leave me your thoughts. And any ideas on a new scoring system would be pretty cool if you have anything. I'm drawing blanks, but I just started thinking about it, so give it time, and I'm sure we can figure something out. But hey, thanks guys. I love you. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, tell your grandma. There's no age limits here. But there is homage, tribute. There's 2 requirements. There must always be a fight for the fight gods. You know that. Or the crops will stop growing and the rivers will dry up. And there must always, always, always be blood for the blood gods. I am Crypto Creep, and thank you for watching.